Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 127. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and BuyandSellDVC.com.
And today is July 12th, 2023. So your 11-month window is going to be June 12th, 2024. And your 7-month window is February 12th, 2024. Now, we haven't discussed this prior, but I just want to ask you this question. Now, I've been here in Orlando since December of 97. You've been here since 2015?
2016.
2016. So my question to you is, most of the time, summers are the exact same. What is your thoughts on this summer of 2023?
I mean,
in regards to the weather.
Well, I've been away for the last 2.5 weeks, but so far, I mean, it's been warm. My wife and I were actually discussing it today. Surprised there hasn't been any rain.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been very dry so far. It's hot and muggy, but no rain.
Yeah, because I mean, July 12th. I mean, Disney went through the period of time where there was no rain. So one of the boat transportations, I forget what it was shut down because the water was too low. Oh. Then it rained a bunch, and then it's back on. Hopefully, as of we're filming right now, it's back on. But it is, it's like this summer is like if you're a pizza. If you want to know what a pizza feels like in an oven at 450, that's what it is. It is very hot out this summer.
But it is not a dry heat like a pizza oven.
No.
It is humid and it's warm and
the rain. Usually the rain is very frequent and the rain is very sporadic. You get 3 or 4 days with no rain, then it feels even hotter. Yeah. And you got heat index. So if you've been vacationing at Walt Disney World this summer, hopefully you're staying cool, taking lots of breaks, drinking lots of water. I hear the big thing is they like the cooling towels. So stay cool.
My family recently bought little neck fans.
Oh, really?
Those have been nice too as well. And they blow, if you're outside, they're blowing warmer air on you, but it is nice for circulation and it is pretty good. We've done towels in the past. Maybe a combination of the two would be best. I don't know.
And so we're going to start out with the buy and sell side. And I'm going to talk about my trip to Vero Beach, which was checking in June 3rd, checking out June 7th. It was a Saturday to a Wednesday stay. Basically, so we planned to leave the house like around 12:15 on a Saturday. We got there around, I would say 2:40. Room wasn't ready. Okay. Not a big deal. So we went and got, my sons are 13 and 11. They got refillable mugs, right? So now they're in heaven. They can get their sodas as they wish. Walk around the resort. I would say the room's ready like around 3:35. Put all the stuff in the room. We're in a deluxe, what is it called now? I can't even, in-room standard view. Okay. Right? Now, when we go to Vero Beach, at the time we were there, now most people are just going to call it seaweed, but the technical term is a sargassum. The sargassum, if you familiar with that?
I forgot that that's what it was called. It's called sargassum.
Sargassum.
Not like a sargus, it's sargassum.
And so, and there's a bunch of viral clips on the internet, how it's going down the East Coast and all that stuff. So yeah, at the time that we were there, the sargassum, it was, I would say, pretty bad. I mean, it was all over the beach and it was all in the water. So if you went out in the water, 10 feet, like the sargassum is like, entangling your legs, things like that. But for us, it wasn't a problem because we mainly enjoyed the pool, because of this. We love the pool. We love the pool activities. They have, I would say the staff at Vero Beach is like out of this world.
I was waiting. I've always had fantastic interactions with the staff. The staff's always wonderful. So I'm like, all right, is he going to say the same exact thing?
I'm like,
awesome.
I'm like, is the staff is just beyond excited every day, just so nice, so friendly. I mean, and the other thing about the resort is, like DVC, you're home away from home. Mm. When you're at Vero Beach, I mean, again, I was there in March and now I'm back. I mean, so I'm in the inn, you go by the front desk. Like if you're on a cruise ship and you go by the front desk, there's always someone at the front desk complaining about something, or we need this, whatever. There was never anyone by the front desk at Vero Beach except when someone was checking in. Otherwise, there's no one there like complaining. You have people going, down to the beach with these coolers that are, humongous. They have beach chairs, boogie boards, surfboards. I saw one guy with 2 humongous, like he was gonna surf fish and tackle box. And I'm like, oh, but if this resort is not the perfect example of home away from home, because people make it, and you have people coming there, been coming there for years. I saw so many generational, if that's the right word I'm using, I would see parents with their kids, and then their parents are there. That was seen multiple times.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of that normally when I go.
And you have people you have people, just hitting the beach volleyball in the pool, having fun. You got water slide races, miniature golf, shuffleboard. And I will tell you this now, because of this summer, the time that we were there, yes, there was sargassum. There was not one raindrop the whole time.
Really?
Not one.
Oh, wow. That's great.
And then the other thing that concerns people when they go to Vero Beach is
no seams, too.
No seams. So now I'm in a Facebook group called Disney's Vero Beach Rocks, where there's a lot of discussion on this, because I'm AB negative, which is only 1% of the population. So, I could have been the only person staying at the resort that's AB negative. I don't know. But I've never been bitten really by anything in my entire life. Now, my wife gets eaten alive. My 13-year-old does not get bit, and my 11-year-old gets bit.
Okay. So
I don't know what the theme is, who gets bit, who doesn't. I will tell you this, my 13-year-old, he may have an issue with personal hygiene right now, so that might help him. I'm not getting
no
bit.
seams, like it's stanky.
But for me, it's like I don't even think that I exist to the bugs. But the resort has they have this station where they have this container where I guess you can rub it on your body or something, and then people keep mentioning that the beach next door is Wabasso Beach, and then they sell something that I forgot the name of it already. That people recommend.
People are always saying there's different things that work best for them, or a layer of this and then a layer, like they do it in like stages. I don't know. I've never found anything to really work. I get bit a little bit. My wife gets eaten alive.
Oh, really?
So I guess it just depends. Like I can't remember what it's called right now, but there's a couple different things, different sprays that we have, and the resort puts out stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's just not much you can do. So you're very lucky that you never get bit, because those no seam bites are annoying.
And
little tiny bugs, for those who don't know that, like little tiny flies that bite you, especially in the early morning or at dusk.
And what else was I would say this. We parked our car. I would say I was planning on taking my kayak the whole time up until like 24 hours before we were leaving. And I was like, I don't want to take my kayak. So I didn't take it. I'm glad I didn't take it, because when you park underneath the resort, the restriction is 6 foot 8 inches or less. And I think I would have had to take my kayak off the van to get the van in to put the kayak. So I didn't take the kayak. Was I gonna? Now I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, I never had to move my car the entire time.
Really? You never went anywhere?
No, never. There was no pickleball. I would say this. I don't play pickleball between the Ides of March and October 1st. It doesn't happen. It's a season. So I didn't go play pickleball. So the car never moved, which to me is awesome, because the car never moved. My kids had a great time. My wife had a great time. I had a great time. Now, I'm kind of bouncing around here, but then after we returned home, and then, so now we're going, and I forget when Father's Day was, like around June 16th maybe or something. But anyway, all of a sudden my son is like, say on June 10th, he's like, we need to go to the beach. Now, since my family has existed as 4 people since 9/6/2011. We have never gone to the beach just for the day and back. It's always for a stay. So I was like, okay, we can go to the beach. We're going to go to Wabasso Beach, which is the beach right next door to Disney's Vero Beach.
You were gonna drive back down to Wabasso for the day?
Yeah.
That's a long trip. You didn't go like Cocoa or like this.
And you say long
You could have gone right to the Gulf. You could have gone right across. But did you go back down?
Oh yeah.
You drove 2 hours back down.
Well, it's 2 hours. It's only like an hour and 25 minutes or something.
How fast are you driving?
I'm not driving that fast. But I said, now Wabasso Beach, I didn't know how many parking spots they had before we went. But I checked. They only have 34 parking spots. I knew they didn't have a lot.
When you say Wabasso Beach, that's the one that's right next to it by like where Orchid Island Pizza was. Like,
I mean, it's literally like when we're on the beach.
When
like
you come down like what's A1A, and then make the right.
All I know is
over the bridge. You drive over the bridge. Make the right.
Listen.
Vero's right. If you're facing Vero, it's on the left.
If you're at Disney's Vero Beach, it's on the left, right
there. Okay, yes.
So I mean,
that's where Orchid Island Pizza was. A very good pizza place. I think they're officially shut down.
Right at Wabasso Beach, really?
Yes.
Because they only have a place called Beach Bites there. Yeah,
yes.
Beach Bites.
Yes, but it was right. There was a pizza place right there last year that it closed. I think sometime last year.
So I told my family, I'm like, if we're going, we have to leave the house by 6:15 in the morning because we have to get into this parking lot. And I didn't think my family would do that in time. Well, we ended up leaving by 6:22. We get there, we get a parking spot. Okay, we show up, and there's a guy, I don't even know what these things are called, sorry, but it's the guy on the surfboard that's electric, where he's like floating above the water. Have you seen them? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I've only seen him like on Instagram. I've never seen it in person.
I haven't seen it in person either.
So in person, this guy, it was awesome. You know, my kids were like watching and it was awesome. So we're at this beach that only has 30, I mean, you feel like you're on a private beach. It was awesome. My kids had the best day ever. My wife had a great day. We were only there from like 8 until say 12:45 or something. To me, the drive was smooth. There's no, you can go to whatever beach you want to go to. That drive from Orlando to there is so smooth. And then I found out then I joined these Facebook groups like in Vero Beach, and I was like, well, what do you do if you plan on going to Wabasso Beach but the parking lot's full? And then the people told me, they go, you just start at that beach if it's full, you go up to the next one, I forget what the next one is, it's a bigger parking lot, and that one's not going to be full, you can just go there. So yeah, we went back to, and so now we go back to Wabasso Beach. It's Father's Day, sargasm, all gone. Vero Beach was packed that day. Disney's Vero Beach was packed that day because the sargasm had gone. The water was flat as a pancake that day. So there's all sorts of people out in the water, on the beach. What else was I going to say? So I'm at Wabasso Beach that day. There's a gentleman that comes by on a paddleboard, right? And he goes along, like he's only, say, 50 yards from the beach. And he's just going along the coastline. And I don't know how far he goes because he disappears. And then an hour and a half later or whatever, he comes back. And that's when you don't see any boats on that side.
Not normally. There's not normally a lot of boats at all.
And do you know why that is?
No.
Well, again, I'm used to going to Anna Marie Island. We're at Anna Marie Island. You have all these spots. And again, I don't know the technical term, but you can put in here at Anna Marie Island in the canal and you can, get your boat over here to the ocean because there's constant, again, I call them canals. I don't know if that's the right term to get from the intercoastal to the ocean. They're just everywhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I look on a map, the closest spot, I think, is Sebastian Inlet State Park that has a canal. That's 8 miles away.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is heaven.
Because no boats can get in here.
Yeah, because you go to Anna Marie Island, you go to Bayfront Park, there's a beach, and you can go on that beach, but then the next thing you know, 10 boats can show up and just park right there and be at the beach, and you got 10 different boats playing 10 different musics. And, but this is it was like having like a celebrity that has a private island. It was like having a private place at Wabasso Beach.
Right.
It was awesome.
Very cool. You've just ruined it now for the rest of us. Now I can't go there because now everybody's going to go to Wabasso Beach.
I will tell you this.
The tens of visitors, of watchers.
You're going to get bug bites. Again, what's funny is in the Disney's Vero Beach Rocks, there's like this lady just posted the other day, like it said something like, it said like basically Disney's Vero Beach is actually the most magical place on earth rather than, Magic Kingdom. And then all the comments were, people giving this symbol.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be quiet about it. And I don't own my points at Vero Beach. I have to get into Vero Beach under 7 months. And so then I come back, and then we were going to try to go to Hilton Head in the beginning of January because for some reason school doesn't start till January 9th. Normally it starts like
I just found out about
January
that.
3rd.
I found out about that the other day. And that it messed up our Christmas break because, we go the same exact time every single year. And all of a sudden it's starting like a week later. So I was like, right now we're leaving while school was still going. So we had to, we booked with Southwest. Luckily we were able to just push the dates back because it surprised the heck out of us. One of my son's friends messaged him and sent him a calendar. And my son just mentioned it at dinner the other day. He's like, oh, just the calendar and that, we're starting late this year. And we're like, what? They changed everything. So it messed us up.
Yeah. So normally, like, they're going back, like, say, January 3rd. They're going back January 9th,
Yep.
right? And then, the school is going closer to, say, December 24th versus getting out, say, December 16th. Yep. So now we're going to Vero Beach in January.
We're trying to figure out what to do as well. Sharon was just looking at cruises because we have like a refund that they gave us from the cruise I'm going to be talking about. I guess the price went down, so we got a credit. But now we've got 1 year to use this stupid credit. So now we're trying to find cruises to use this credit on. We're looking at it right after Christmas.
So I will tell you this. I think I can talk more about Vero Beach, but I think I need to
hold on
stop.
to it. I think we've gone too far already.
Continue this. So
look how excited he is.
Dude, Vero Beach it's like the perfect place. Do you understand this?
I like Vero. My oldest gets a little bored with it. So a lot of times we'll get there early in the morning so we're able to get, I like sitting at one of the tables, not laying out. I want to be in the shade a little bit at a table. And a lot of times by noon, he's like, can we just, go grab some food and I want to head back to the room. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. It's only noon. Let's stay out for a little bit longer. But I don't know if he gets a little bored. Or
so again, I have to keep talking about it. So my kids, they can. So the nice thing, okay, so let's say you stay in Anna Maria Island, right? Well, let's say you want to drive to Coquina Beach. So you still have to drive there. Well, then like a kid, so then we'll say, okay, we're planning on leaving at this time. And then my kid's like, I'm not ready to go yet, whatever. Well, if you stay at Disney's Vero Beach, I can walk down to the beach at 6:10 a.m. I can set up our spots and people can come down as they want. They can go to the pool, they can go back to the room, whatever. They can do whatever they want. I mean, my kids are 13 and 11, so it's not like they're, 4 and 6. So it's nice. And then, what else was I going to say then we invited a couple of friends. We're like, hey, we're staying here at Vero Beach. Do you want to come up Sunday or whatever? So then somebody that lives here close to you, he brings his son. Yeah, he drives all the way to Vero Beach for the day. And, first thing he says when he gets there at the pool, he goes, you guys need to move here. He's like, this is incredible. He's like, the drive here is smooth. The traffic in this area seems nice. And he'd only seen the pool at Vero Beach. He hadn't even seen the ocean yet.
Yep.
What else was I going to say? Oh, I have to say this too. So now Disney does rent. I don't know. I think they call them cabanas, and they call them chairs chairs and tables. Now, I would not rent a cabana or chairs if it was me because again, you may go like one day we were there and it was really windy and they never set up any of the cabanas or the chairs or no one was on the beach the entire day because it was so windy, and so. We just bounce around, so I wouldn't ever rent anything because then it might be the day that we don't want to go to the beach. We're just going to be at the pool. Yeah. And then somebody also mentioned the other day, so if you're in this cabana, the way it's set up, it gets steamy in there or whatever. That's what she said. Again, that's one person's opinion.
It's not like a big cabana. It's just like a little, almost like a half tent. It's a little thing that just goes over you. So I can picture that possibly.
And then the other thing is, I didn't find this out until the Facebook group. They say that you can tell them because Disney lines them all up in a straight line and they're kind of back a little ways. So yeah, the other people are going to set up in front of you, but you can go there and tell Disney to move it down closer to the water. That's what the person said. Okay. I've never seen anyone request it because they all seem to be in an exact straight line. But yeah, you can request that to move up. But again, you can buy like the Beach Bites. They sell boogie boards. I think they're for like $10. You know, like I mean, we take 2 boogie boards, and now we have 2 beach tents. We're going to take next time. We have 4 chairs. So.
Old
you
pro.
Know, it's not what?
An old pro now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, you know. And then I have to, so now we're on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So now it is Wind and Waves Market. And this food review is probably not going to be as good as Scott's. Because again, I'm in the rookie stage here, you know? I'm on the rookie contract for the food review.
I know, but you're so excited about it. I feel like you're going to put in, A+ effort.
Well, so we went to...
And what could it possibly be about?
Vero Beach. We went to Wind and Waves Market, which you don't want to be confused there because there's Wind and Waves Grill, Wind and Waves Market, and I feel like there's a third one, but maybe not.
No, just those two.
So we went to Wind and Waves Market, which is I guess, quick service?
Yep, it's quick service.
Okay, so this review encompasses...
No seats inside there.
This review encompasses the whole experience. My sons, they didn't even have to put a shirt on to go to this place. And then we were just like, hey, let's go here. We just walk down, walk in. I got Baja fish tacos with French fries. That's what my wife got. My 2 sons actually just got Mickey-shaped pretzels. The line was only 1 person in front of us, ordered. We had the food within, say, 8 minutes. There's tables outside, and the fish tacos, the portions were, it wasn't like I was hungry afterwards. My wife couldn't even eat all of her fries. The only thing I would say was the fries may have been just a little too salty. But overall, I'm going to give it an 8.9 based on all those things. It's just right at the resort. It's $10.99, you know.
I was going to say, have you eaten dinners there?
No.
At the resort?
Grill, no.
Oh, where did you eat dinner while you stayed there? While you stayed at
I mean, I would tell you this. When it comes to summertime,
you not eat much?
I'm like a 12-year-old. We took honey baked ham slices with us and bread and some other stuff, but I can get by with eating hardly anything in the summer. I was
gonna say, Wind and Waves Market does a really good dinner as well. I mean,
the grill, right?
Yes, I'm sorry. No, the markets. The quick service.
Really?
They do every night. They do 3 or 4 different dinners. One of them that's really good is they have a pot roast dinner, and you can get it with mashed potatoes.
Wait,
and
at the same place I was at? Because we were there at
you were at.
7:30.
Yep, they do a dinner, and it's $10 or $11 as well.
Okay, so it's on the same menu as the Baja fish tacos, or is it?
Where were the Baja fish tacos on a big menu on the board behind the counter, or were they just on a little plexiglass? Every day they have an 8x11 plexiglass holding whatever dinners they're serving that night, and then the big board has your pizzas and your burgers.
So this is on the big board, permanent big board.
Okay.
So there was an extra board.
Yeah.
So I'm not good at these food reviews.
You get that. That's you get that for lunch or for dinner. But every day at dinner time, they'll just bring out a little plexiglass, and it holds this here, and it'll list the 3 dinners they have and what sides you can get. And they're always solid. I mean, again, they have a pot roast. I mean, it's to go. They give you a little, styrofoam container, but decent amount of pot roast and mashed potatoes and they have a macaroni and cheese. It's $11 for the dinner.
Yeah.
That's a steal on Disney property. Getting a dinner for $11, and it's good. So we've always enjoyed them for dinner as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic.
Yep. Excellent.
So now. I feel like this show might be our longest show ever so far.
Possibly. I'll try. I'm gonna keep it a little shorter just because we're going so long already. All of our trips today. The summer is in full swing for you and I. I just got back from a 16-night trip to Europe, And we flew.
We're going to go over night by night for the next hour.
For the next hour, please follow us painstakingly while I tell you every food I ate and everything I did. But this is just a quick little summary type thing. I'll talk a little bit more over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we flew into Rome. We did 2 nights there. And then we took the train to Civitavecchia, which is the port by Rome. It's about an hour or so away. That's where we boarded the Norwegian Breakaway, and we run the Norwegian Breakaway for 11 nights. They did 4 stops in Greece. It was Santorini, Crete, Mykonos, and Olympia. Then 1 stop in Malta. Then 3 stops in Italy, which was at Sicily, which we did Castamola and Taormina. We were talking earlier, Taormina is where they have White Lotus, where the show White Lotus is filmed.
White Lotus 2.
White Lotus, just 2?
Just
Not
2.
1?
Not
Okay.
1.
White Lotus 2. Florence, which was Florence/Pisa, and Sorrento and Pompeii, and then 1 stop in Cannes, France. So we had a very, very busy time and a crazy amount of walking and cobblestone and steps and donkey steps and just lots of hills and stuff. Absolutely exhausting, but super, super nice time. And one of the reasons we do, I mentioned the cruises is because we have our cruise swap program. We can book regular cruises for you as a travel agent, or if you're a DVC member, we can do the cruise swap where we'll rent out your points for you. Then we'll take that money and we'll apply that towards a cruise for you. And that way we don't have to 1099 you, which will help save you some money the following year. But so, I mean.
Okay, you don't have to go into deep detail, but we have to know. NCL,
Sure.
First time on NCL.
Yes.
Will you go on NCL again?
NCL, for those who don't know, in the last 2 years, I've probably done about 8 cruises. We've done
Royal Caribbean
a couple times, Disney a couple times, and Celebrity. This is my first time at NCL. I think I'm going to discuss it in upcoming weeks. It was probably our least favorite of all the cruise lines. There were some reasons I will mention going forward, but I mean, we have a credit with Norwegian now, and we're just trying to find something to do with the money. It's definitely not my first, second, or third choice, I guess, but it was okay. I don't know if, again, this was a foreign port where every single day there was a different stop. So I don't know if some stuff was kind of tamed down a bit, like they didn't do as many shows, or they didn't have as much going on because it wasn't a sea day, because there were so many stops. They figured they don't have to provide as much as maybe other.
Because you said it was Breakaway?
This is the Norwegian Breakaway, yes.
Because I think it's the sister ship to Escape. Like, does this have a ropes course on it?
There is a ropes course on it. There was a mini golf course on it. They took that down several months ago.
Is there a ropes course, and then is there bocce underneath the ropes course? Or no?
There might be bocce under that as well. I'm not positive, to be honest with you. But
and is there a bowling alley or 2 bowling alleys?
No bowling alley.
Really?
No, that I'm aware. I feel like I see something. Maybe there was bowling somewhere.
I mean, this isn't a cruise ship with a go-karts on it, right?
No.
Okay.
No, there's not.
I thought they had bowling on that one.
I'm not sure. There may have been like a lane somewhere. I don't recall. It wasn't.
Should be 2.
It wasn't prominent. It was like maybe by the arcade or something if there was, but it was nothing.
Gotcha.
Nothing I really recall. But it was okay. It was a very nice time. But compared to some of the other ships, I mean, this was our least favorite so far.
What was the capacity on this one?
Capacity was about 4,000 guests, I believe. We weren't at capacity, but it was.
Did you feel like you were running? I mean, I'm guessing 16-night cruise. There's like, no kids.
11-night cruise.
11-night cruise.
Decent amount of kids. They kept, when we speak to the people like the teen services or the cast, I guess cast members, whatever, the people who worked on the ship, not cast members, but they were saying, oh yeah, there's like 830 teens on this ship, and I'm going, that can't be correct. The ship was probably only at about 3,000 people, and there were not a ton of kids. So. There were a decent amount of kids, but I mean, you would expect a lot of older couples, a lot of bucket list things. I mean,
there
were families.
Because once you get past 7 nights, like we've been on a 9-night cruise, it was before we had kids. There was like no kids on the ship. You know what I mean?
There were more kids than I was expecting. I'll put it like that. And again, when I was told 800 something teens, which I'm not sure if I believe that, there were several hundred kids on the ship, and. There weren't a ton. I mean, we did every single day was well.
Sorry, we got to cut this off sorry.
There's the day you sailed, and then the first day was at sea, and then the next 9 days, every single day had a stop. You know, we did tours every single day. There were barely ever any kids on our tours that we took.
And there were 3 water slides on your ship?
I believe so, yes.
Wait, did you go down the water slide?
No, I didn't go down the water slide. I barely did anything. I was sitting there every single day. I was telling Ty and Ashley earlier, because Ashley is here today as well. I was telling them earlier that I didn't do as much on the ship, because what would happen is we'd sit there and we'd bust our butt, hiking around, doing all the stuff tours during the day. We'd get back to the ship at like 4 o'clock at night, quick, go shower, get ready for dinner, go eat dinner, and then essentially a lot of times we just go up to the buffet, maybe have one extra little snack there, and then load up a bunch of cups of ice and bring them back to the room, throw those in Ziploc bags, and I was icing myself. I had an ice bag on my hip, I had an ice bag on my knee. As I sit there, it's like everything was aching from all the walking and the steps and everything, and you sit there and you go, and we're gonna be walking another 5 miles tomorrow on cobblestone and steps and stuff, and it was every single day, so we were trying to like pace ourselves.
Did your kids ever tap out?
No. They spent a lot more time in the room than normal as well, though. Especially my oldest did. He hung out a lot and watched his phone while we were relaxing in the room. My young one spent all the time at the. They made him go into the smaller one, so he's 12 years old, and even though he's turning 13 next month, they wouldn't let him go into the 13. It's 13 to 17, so they made him be in like the 5 to 12 group. But which he was not happy with originally, because he was like, but then he made friends with a couple 12-year-olds. I'm sure they felt like the kings of the castle, and he had a great time playing in the kids club the whole time. So, but
because I think I'm pretty sure that there's 3 water slides on that.
I believe
where
so.
2 of them are the ones where you're in there and you drop, and then the floor drops out of you.
Yes.
Did your kids go on that at least?
I don't think they did this time. Normally they do. They went to
you
go on
guys
the.
were just too busy being tourists, apparently.
I mean, it was a nonstop busy trip. There was zero relaxation on this trip at all, which is, I would have liked a little relaxation, but I mean, it was a blast. We had an amazing trip. It's, the trip I'll always remember, but I mean, there was no relaxing at all.
I guess not, if you're icing yourself.
No, there was icing every night.
All right, that might have been our longest episode ever.
They might be. I apologize.
Hopefully you stay till the end. We better cut it off now. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the comment button. And let us know, hey, do you know your blood type? AB negative? Who's getting bit by bugs? Who's not getting bit by bugs? Let us know the secret and come back next week.
That's the weirdest ending ever. Please let us know your blood types. Have a great day.